Hey guys, it's Luke, the founder of Bag 9 PT and Performance. Today what I want to talk to you a little bit about are a few of my favorite power exercises to start learning how to use the ground better while we're in the gym. There's all kinds of different things we can do, but I just want to touch on a few today that you can get started with at home or at the gym and start going. We'll cover even more in the future, but these are just a few of my favorites I wanted to show you right now. All right, so the first one we're going to go over are the 360-degree jumps. So the idea of these is you're learning how to create that rotational torque or anterior to posterior force in the golf swing. So you're trying to jump and really spin, so we have to load into the hip. So it's going to look something like this. So again, you try that load. Now, that's my dominant side, so that's going to be more important for the swing. So I would focus heavily on that side, but you can also train the player to try to go the opposite way as well. So that would look like more like here. So I'm having to load, for me, now it would be lefty. Obviously a lot less control, but it's a really good way to work on loading into the hips and learning how to push through the ground. Usually around 5 reps would be plenty here because we're trying to do max effort and really generate that force. If we do too many, we're going to start being affected by fatigue. This exercise is going to be the med ball slam from the backswing, or kind of that transitional slam. So this is another really good one to work on that like vertical as well as like AP force, because you're going to see this front foot, or my lead side since I'm a right-handed golfer, really pushing through the ball of my foot and almost slide back, because that's what I want to see in the golf swing to really generate that rotational torque and even get my vertical force going up. So again, great way to do this in the gym. We're going to do probably like 5 reps on each side generally. Honestly, lately I've started just doing the dominant side just because the form on the opposite side hasn't been what I've been looking for. So it's going to look something like this. We're going to be up in our backswing and kind of slam and really feel that push. Again, trying to give max effort here. So you'll see me kind of push and almost slide. So again, part of it is timing and learning how to use the ground with it. And it may feel awkward at first. So if you get kind of like off with it, you're not going to sync things up. So really focus on the timing. As you're slamming down, we're kind of pushing back through the ground. So that's going to help improve some of those AP kind of forces or that rotational torque. Now for this exercise, we're going to move over to the cable column, and what we're going to do is we're going to perform a single arm row where I'm really pushing and using the ground. So you may see a progression is like where we're here, just kind of pulling, single arm. Then you'll have some where they come out. We're really going to get it where it's here. So I'm really working and using the ground to help me move more weight. So again, it's going to look something like this. So I'm here, kind of in my athletic posture. All right, so for me, as a right-handed golfer, that's going to be the more important side, just because the lead arm and leg are pulling kind of back, hips going internal rotation, and this arm is pulling in the golf swing. I'll still do some on the other side to kind of train it. And again, when I do these, I like to see that hip kind of feel like it's opening as well, because that's how I know it's driving back and not trying to go like out or just hanging out there. So I'm really using the ground in the swing there. Now here, we're going to use the cable column to do a more like explosive cable column lift. So you're going to see me in this position here, where normally if I'm training stability through the hips, we may just be locking in, kind of working core, hips here. For the purpose of this, for power, what we're going to do is kind of fire out of it. I'm straightening that leg, firing that hip back, and using the ground to complete the movement. So it's going to look something more like this. So you'll see him kind of driving through the ground to get that force up. So what you'll see here, players may be like, oh, it's a little bit easier when I do it this way versus just when I use my arms and my core. Now, obviously it's because now I'm allowing them to use the whole body and the ground to generate it. So the idea is in the gym, we start to get the idea of what it feels like to push and use the ground. Then we try to take those same feelings to the swing. So these exercises in here aren't exactly meant to be in the certain swing planes or positions, but just to give you an idea of how to use the ground during your exercises.